Well, welcome back to the Autosport International. So much to tell you about Lotus and Group Lotus's plans for the future today, but to ignore the history and the heritage would be absolutely folly, wouldn't it? And in that respect, we have with us Clive Chapman, the Managing Director of Classic Team Lotus. Clive,
hi,
really
David.
good to see you.
Yeah.
Before we came on air, you came to the stand and you said, wow, this looks amazing. And I have to share that with you because I didn't think you'd say that. I thought you might be tired of the green and yellow, but obviously not.
No, never tire of that. It really is just a fantastic lineup. And to see you from a year on, and you had a lovely stand here last year, but this is real kind of steal the show kind of stuff. And it's just wonderful to see it. It's exactly what my family wants to see. Lotus really coming back with great strength and with a real sense of style and professionalism. Fantastic.
And not just in Formula One, but in other series as well, because that was always important, wasn't it, for the Lotus name?
Yeah, and you know, I've been so disappointed that Lotus hasn't been racing for the last few years. And frankly, in some ways, with Classic Team Lotus, we've actually been the only racing activity there's been, which we've been very proud to fly the flag and our customers racing their historic F1 cars. But you know, Lotus should be on track. And that really was what drove my father. That's what he loved more than anything. It's the heart of the company, and to see this kind of lineup is fantastic.
We should ask you what you make of all the off-track news and stories since the end of the Formula One season. Group Lotus coming into Formula One, Team Lotus being there at the same time. From a Classic Team Lotus perspective, how have you taken the news?
Well, I was going to pull you up on something you said there, but from my family's point of view, Lotus is Hethel, and nothing's more important to us than seeing a strong future for what my father created and for all the people who've worked at Lotus for so many years. Obviously there's a lot of people come in, a lot of new people who've really reinvigorated the company, which is fantastic, because I think it's now clear that's what it needed. But they're working together with people who've been there 10, 20, 30 years, who we've known for a long, long time, some people who worked with my father. And that combination is great. So we're very happy about that. We were very happy to support the Lotus Racing activities last year because Proton, they gave us the nod, so yeah, absolutely. You know, they're part of the team. But then their license came to an end. And as I say, we're in with Hethel, we're in with Group Lotus. That's what we've always done, and that's what we'll continue to do. And also the Classic Team Lotus, they seem to really appreciate the history.
Yeah.
At Paris, it was wall-to-wall history of Lotus and my father and archive footage, and it was just lovely to see it. So very happy.
Classic Team Lotus, throughout the years, has been going from strength to strength, though, hasn't it? It's clear that there is a demand for the history and the heritage, and people respect that history and heritage as well.
They do. We benefit from a fabulous amount of goodwill from people all around the world. Historic motorsport now is a global sport. We rely on our customers. About 90% of our business is looking after cars that are owned by customers, and they come from Japan and Australia and America. And that's where they want to run their cars sometimes. We ran the 72 for Emerson in Brazil at the Brazilian Grand Prix last year, and Ayrton's 97T, which belongs to Katsu Kubota, one of our Japanese customers. Bruno Senna drove at Suzuka. And then there's the core kind of European events, which a lot of the Japanese, Australians and Americans want to come and enjoy at Nürburgring and Monza and what have you. And drive their cars where they were driven originally by Andretti and Peterson and Fittipaldi, those kind of drivers.
And let's hope that 2011 we see more Classic Lotus on a Formula One track. We're going to see the new livery at some stage today as well. What would give you the most pleasure? Seeing that black and gold livery on the track in Formula One, or as a final question, finally seeing Lotus winning again? Is that what you're after?
No, I think just this, I'm happy with today, really, because this is just a fantastic step. And my father was always looking forwards, and I think made life pretty difficult for himself and all those who work with him on occasions. I think I'm more someone who really likes to enjoy the moment, and this is fantastic. And I think there'll be another step, and that's going to be on the grid again with the Lotus Renault. And you know that it's going to be done professionally, because Renault is an extremely professional team already. Clearly the guys at Lotus now know what they're doing, and I think the combination, as it was back in the 80s when we were winning with Ayrton with the Lotus Renault, you know, it's a combination that should do well.
Well, listen, I hope it's going to be a great year for Classic Team Lotus, for Group Lotus as well. Clive, great to see
Thanks
you
a lot.
here at the Autosport Show. So much to see, so much to enjoy during the course of the day. Don't forget, we'll bring you all the news and all the inside information that you're looking for right here from the Autosport International.